The best time for this initiative was about 10 years ago. The best next time is today. All right? One heavy shower of rain can cause over 1 inch of soil to lose. But that 1 inch of soil takes in excess of 100 years to form. Therefore, it's very crucial that we conserve our soil by implementing best agricultural practices. CSA, climate smart agricultural practices, sustainable land management approaches, and biodiversity conservation approaches all integrate to making what is possible, the best for ourselves and our livelihoods. Now, check dams. What it does fundamentally is reduce the velocity of the flow. So it allows the sediments from the overflow to settle, and it filters the water. So by so doing, instead of the gully getting wider and deeper, it sort of mitigate the whole up, so you get soil that you can use to develop your agricultural practices. We have a trench dig along, so when you pack the wood, it would be in place, but we have to ensure that we put pickets to stabilize it. So let us start the process. Why we put it across and why we dig a drain, that is more or less to keep it stabilized, restrict movement, and at the same time have a foundation where the sediments could be trapped, right? Yeah. Because the force of the water, in the absence of putting in that sort of an apron here, in the absence of that, it would be easily moved away by the force of the water. Right? So these pickets further stabilizes it. If we only use the wood, the filtering capacity would not be as strong, right? So we would enhance that filtrage by using some of the materials in front, right? But for now, we'll continue along using those. And then we'll just put some side pieces. So the water, instead of it coming up, when it reaches that level, instead of just flowing and causing further erosion on the side, it would concentrate and come in over, right? If you have some dirty water, right, you mix it with soil and everything and you shake it up. After you keep it for a little while in the bottle, what you would notice, you would see the soil to the bottom and the clear water to the top. Well, that's what happened here. When the water reaches and it slows down, the sediments goes down to the bottom.
And why do it?
What you see of building is, the idea is to prevent that gully from getting deeper and wider, so it will be filling up gradually. You understand? Yeah.
I understand, but I think what is the problem we have in there now is how drain operates. You have to want a straight drain.
Yes, but that is it.
So we don't maintain straight drain.
You're quite right.
You have to have a step down drain when you have a big heavy flow.
The next exercise is to illustrate to them how we could have some contour drains. Because to the top, this problem doesn't start to the bottom, you know. That's just the symptom. But we have to look at the root cause.
What you're saving here, what you want to update, you know?
So you have to save it up there as well.
When it have heavy rain, when rain fall, it must get away we have to go out. And this is a drain which is where the rain, the water come through. I mean, I have the knowledge about the check dam already. Because I had it on the farm, I mean. So it's important to having, you know, the check dam to slow down the water. You don't go in a volume, so you could bring erosion. So it's important.
This style of trying to control the water to reduce erosion and to trap sediments, good exercise. You know, I think it will help me personally to able to control the water flow in my land. So I'm quite happy to be part of this process.
The force of water coming from the top will be significantly reduced as it meets the different check dams. And the speed of the water will slow down. So it will avoid, or it will lessen on erosion. I don't say avoid, but lessen drastically the amount of soil that will be eroded from the banks of the drains. And what could also happen, the straw that is put there will collect the soil that come down. So the farmer later on could gather the soil and use it back on his farm, maybe in a nursery or young plants or some kind. You could use it back into. So it's a good exercise, and as I say, it should happen along. It's a pity. I believe what happened. The real problem, I think, I always stress, the real problem is from the top, because the area is so sloped. All the water from the top comes down, and because the whole land was subdivided, so you have different farmers have their own plot. So farmers do what they feel is best for them to control the water in their area, and you don't have this crisscrossing that you could extend a drain across another farmer plot.
This area here has over 16 farmers. It's a highly productive area, and one of the challenges the farmers face here is soil and water erosion. So the intervention was to implement gully plugging and check dam, and the idea really is to show farmers how we could basically conserve the soil which imminently will be lost because the farming is done in a sloping area. So we're hoping that this intervention will help the farmers. The farm that Mr. David Clark farm, which we would have conducted the exercise, and the idea is to take it even further, whereby we go further up into the land and do another one to help reduce on the velocity of the water as it flows from top to bottom, and in thereby reduce on the soil being washed away.